Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azriel Dimas Wismadi. For today, I would like to present my final assignment for History of English Literature, and this presentation is about one of modernism poet, who is Robert Frost. So, for introduction, there have been numerous internationally renowned, renowned poets throughout history. In the Elizabethan era, there was Michael Drayton, and in the Victorian era, there was Oscar Wilde. Among these well-known poets, Robert Frost is one of the most well-known poets of the modernism era. He created numerous pieces of poem and novel during the course of his life. The Road Not Taken is one of them, and the other will cover Robert Frost's biography, the period in which he lived, the works he produced, and one work in particular, The Road Not Taken, in this presentation. And next is biography. Robert Frost, full name Robert Lee Frost, was born on March 26 in 1874 San Francisco. He was America's most famous poet by the 19th and 20s, and his renown and awards, which include 4 Pulitzer Prizes, grew with its new book, including New Hampshire, A Further Range, Staplebush, and In the Clearing. From 1958 to 1959, Frost worked as a poetry consultant for the Library of Congress. He received the Congressional Gold Medal in 1962. Robert Frost died in Boston on January 29 in 1963, after living and teaching in Massachusetts and Vermont for many years. And the next is his era. Robert Frost, an American modernist poet, was a well-known figure like other modernist poets at the turn of the 20th century. He wrote his poetry in novel and distinct styles. Frost, however, unlike other modernists, preserved some classic qualities of poetry. He was torn between two poetic movements. For the first one is conventional and the second one is modernist. The next is his works. So Robert Frost was the winner of 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. He is the only poet and one of only 4 people who have done so. Many believe Robert Frost to be the best American poet of the 20th century. And here are some of his most well-known works. There are a Boy's Will, North of Boston, Mountain Interval, New Hampshire, West Running Brook, The Lovely Shall Be Chooser, Collected Poems, The Lone Striker, From Snow to Snow, A Further Range, Collected Poems, A Witness Tree, Come In, and other poems, A Max of Reason, Staplebush, A Max of Mercy, Hard Not to Be King, and the last is In the Clearing. So the last part is intrinsic element of the Road Not Taken. So the main theme of the Road Not Taken poems is the comprises choices and uncertainty, individualism and nonconformity, and also making meaning. Uncertainty and perplexing situation in the minds of people may arise when they are standing on the verge of making a choice. The setting is take place in a forest in autumn. After the leaves have begun to change color, more specifically, the poems take place at a spot in the woods at which a road forks into two. The rhyme, so Robert Frost is using ABAAB rhyme seems for this poem. In addition to the poem's regular use of an rhyme, it also makes irregular use of assonance. And the meter, the root not taken is written in los iambic tetrameter, meaning that each line mostly consists of iambs, unstressed, stress, and has roughly X syllables. However, Frost frequently substitutes unpatched, unstretched, unstressed, unstretched, and stretched for EMs throughout the poem. And the last is the message. The central message is that in life we are often presented with choices. When making a choice, one is required to make a decision. Viewing a choice as a fork in a path, it becomes clear that we must choose one direction or another, but not both. And the conclusion is Robert Frost is truly modern poet in his fidelity to language as it is actually used. The psychological complexity of his depictions and the degree to which his work is imbued with layers of ambiguity and sarcasm. He is the creator of deep and often somber reflection on universal topics. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm sorry for the mistake. Goodbye.